Over the last few months, I've been noticing a disturbing trend in the Indian smartphone market. Brands have been launching phones at lower prices and under the pretext of, various reasons. More recently, even without reasons, they've been increasing the prices of these phones. And I think it's time someone finally spoke the truth about this. Hey guys, Ash here from C4 eTech, and no, I'm not gonna ask you to subscribe or ring the bell or anything at this point. But if you think this issue is important, then please share this video with your friends and family. So, what am I talking about? Now, to paint a clear picture, let's go back in time a bit. We'd seen a bunch of new phones come out in the first quarter of 2020. Realme, for example, released their Realme 6 and a Realme 6 Pro. Redmi launched the Note 9 Pro and Note 9 Pro Max. Even POCO chimed in with their X2. Then came April 1st, and as per government rules, the GST on phones, they went from 12% to 18%. This meant that most companies had to increase the price of their phones. And let me be clear, I'm perfectly fine with that. I understand that all these companies are running businesses, so they have to remain profitable, and especially in these segments, it's razor thin profit margins. So, like Poco asked in the past, we kind of did the math on this, and here's where things did not start to add up. Let's start with the Redmi Note 9 Pro series. The base 464 variant of the Note 9 Pro, initial price 12,999. After the hike, if we go from 12% to 18% GST, it should have been 13,695. Redmi priced it at 13,999. Fair enough, they rounded it up, that's okay. Now, what about the Note 9 Pro Max? 14,999. After the GST hike, it should be 15,802. So 15,999 would have been reasonable, but they hiked it up to 16,499. That's 500 rupees more, actually around 700 rupees more. Now, it's not just that Redmi did it, even Samsung did with their Galaxy M31. Now, if this is where it had stopped, I'd say it was just opportunistic, but okay, not really, I mean, kind of shady, but not really shady. You get what I'm saying. But sadly, it does not stop here. Next, we have another set of price increases. Redmi increases their Note 9 Pro Max by another 500 rupees again, getting it to 17,000 rupees. The same goes for the Poco, whose X2 landed up at 17,500. And finally, Realme, but this time with the Realme 6, that had a whopping 1,000 rupee increase, bringing it to 15,000 for the base variant. All of these were done in the month of June, and if you guys remember, in the middle of the pandemic when no one was covering these price increases or paying much attention to them. Now, honestly, the worst offender here has to be Moto. The Moto One Fusion Plus launched at 17,000 rupees, and after just the first sale, the price went up to 17,500, basically the same as the Poco X2. Now, I'm not saying companies don't have a right to increase the price of their phones, they most definitely do, but increasing the price of a phone within a month of releasing it, just after the first sale, now that kind of leaves a sour taste in the mouth. It just means that they never intended to sell it at the launch price at all. In fact, I'm a little okay with what Xiaomi used to do, where they'd say, hey, this is our price, but for the first few sales, we're not going to tell you how many sales, it's going to be at a lower price. So that was a little better way of doing it. Now, brands that launch the lower end variant at a great price only to never make it available for purchase. Now, that's another thing that's been annoying me. They're guilty of the same thing. Why is this such a big issue? You ask. Well, it's because as reviewers, generally we get our hands on phones before or even within a few days of it launching. When we evaluate a phone, we evaluate it based on the launch price. Now, in the 10 to 20,000 rupee segment, a thousand or even a 500 rupee price difference, it means a lot. It can sometimes mean the difference between a slightly lower value for money phone, or rather a slightly lower priced phone which might have slower charging compared to a phone that's priced 500 rupees more with faster charging, and we'd probably recommend the former because hey, that's 500 bucks and the charging speed isn't all that different. I mean, a little different. Now, we as reviewers keep all these factors in mind when suggesting a phone. Also, a few days after a phone is launched, that's when we have the most hype surrounding that phone. People search for the device and they see our reviews and make buying decisions. And you guys know what they say about first impressions, right? Now, how I feel is that this is simply a tactic that these companies are doing to get more favorable reviews for their products, launch it at a lower price, undercut the competition at launch, and then a couple of weeks later, increase the price. Let's take the POCO X2 versus Moto One Fusion Plus for example. Given how similar these two phones are, and given that Moto had a price difference of 500 rupees to start with, some reviewers might have preferred the Moto over the POCO. But now, with the silent price hike bringing them on equal footing, the comparison, it becomes a whole lot different. But people still have this idea in their heads that Moto is the better option and they might shell out the extra money for it. But I don't blame you guys for thinking that either, because that is what the reviews have said, right? And this is where the problem is. Now, I want to make sure that you guys get the best and clearest information possible, the clearest that I can convey, but brands and their silent shady price hikes make this very difficult. So we either have to make a video at every price increase, which is realistically not possible given how many phones are launching these days. And let's say even if I did make a video about a price hike, the first initial video is what is gonna rank better. That's gonna be suggested more. Why? Because when the phone is being launched, there are a lot more people searching for it. So the chances of you clicking on that video and watching it is higher. So the next time you search for that phone, that video is what's gonna rank higher. That's what you're gonna see first. So this, in my eyes, is extremely shady, and I feel something needs to be said. And I also felt you guys need to know about this. I want to always be honest and recommend the best product to you guys, but these constantly changing prices makes it very, very difficult for us to do so, especially in a price segment like 10 to 20,000 where there are just so many phones being launched almost every day. So I guess that's pretty much it for this small little video. And again, like I said at the start, I'm not going to ask you to like, share or subscribe. Okay, you know what? I am going to ask you to share. If you found this video informative, please share it with your friends and family, and that's pretty much it. You don't have to like, subscribe or ring the bell or any of that, at least not on this video. And thanks a lot for watching, guys. Thanks for your time. Until next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4E Tech, and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.